Babes, how are you?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, good. So, okay, you've seen what our relationship is like between me and your mum. One day, it's going to be your turn to get into a relationship. How would you like your relationship to look like?
What I would like my relationship to look like is that when we say I get married in an old year, I wouldn't want to be arguing all the time. I wouldn't want to be like mentioning each other's like differences. For example, say I marry a fat husband or whatever, yeah. I'm not going to, just because I get into an argument, I'm not going to say, oh, you're fat, look at you and all that. Basically, I'm not going to shame them for how they look or whatever. Like, okay, we keep our differences to the side while we're arguing, but like, I'm not always going to mention this, that. Like,
Do you mean in terms of looking for the flaws and...
yeah. And also, like, say we get kids in order, we have to treat all of our kids the same, not say, I love you more, even if it's for a joke. Innit, Dad?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get the point. So like, let me give you an example. Say you get into an argument with your partner. Let's say that your emotions get the best of you. How would you like to think that you'll be able to manage that situation?
So first of all, I'll assess the situation first, like, why is he or she coming across like that? And then, like, why am I or my husband coming across like that? And then to assess it will help me if they're not blurring out all these random stuff like from the past and all that, then I'll be like, okay, it's easier to assess it. However, if they're bringing up the past, say something bad happened and I bring it up 10 years down the line, that's not really a good way of assessing, because then they'll bring it up and they'll like, I can't trust you with anything like, say I tell you a secret, I can't trust you anymore with the secrets when you're not supposed to say, even if it's an argument or not.
Okay. All right, so babes, what kind of a wife would you like to be? Say we're talking hypothetically here, babes. What kind of wife do you see yourself as?
I see myself as caring, nurturing, funny, happy, athletic, and but at the same time, sometimes when I get annoyed, it's like that my siblings are too much, so like I get really annoyed.
Okay, right. About those annoying things, what have you noticed about yourself in terms of your responses to things? You know, when it gets a bit difficult.
Well, I've noticed that when there's too many people around when I'm trying to do something, like say they want to try help, but it's in a certain way, I already left it like that, I already tied it up, but then you want to mess away. It's like, no, and then it's like overwhelming. Like when I'm taking them to do something, but then everyone's speaking at the same time, I'm like, everyone be quiet. Like, it's kind of like, just like stop talking for a bit while I clean.
Oh, so wait, you've got your own specific way of doing things and you like it done a certain way. No other person can do it the way that that you do it, yeah? Is there anything else that you've noticed about yourself in terms of qualities that you feel that you need to work on?
Apparently I need to work on shouting and screaming and all that. I don't think I do, because like there's always a reason why I would shout or scream or whatever. Like if I'm screaming, they'll say, you're not my mum. And then mum would be like, yeah, you don't shout like that. But then if she was in a situation, she would shout more. Like when I say, guys, stop, they won't listen. Guys, stop. They don't take me seriously because I'm their sister. But like they have to actually start listening. And if they listen, then I wouldn't say I have to work on shouting. Because if people keep telling me how that I need to stop shouting because they see me shout at my siblings, I'm like, okay, then that's something I need to work on.
Maybe. Okay, so let me challenge you on that one there. Do you think there's a better way of dealing with things? So if they're saying that you're shouting or you're reacting, there's actually something there, babes, that you need to look at, because that will turn into a habit. And when it turns into a habit, you're going to do it automatically when you get into a relationship in the future. So that's something that as a father, I would say to you to look at. And do you think that there's a better way of dealing with things?
I think there is a better way of doing things, but like since I'm not the mum, I can't really deal with it any other way. For example, I can't say get in, time out, can you go to your room or whatever.
No, but wait. But you can deal with it in a better way in terms of how you regulate yourself, how you respond. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yeah, I know that I need to work in that, yeah, but like for me, if they're not going to listen to anything I do, and if they're going to be like, stop doing this, when I shout, I give them like chance after chance and whatever. And if I had the power to tell them to go to your room or whatever, then I'll do that. But then because they're being very annoying, they're being too much, I give them chance and all that, but they still don't listen. And then when I shout, that's when mum comes and she's like, she actually does something. So like when I shout, I feel like, because then they're going to be like, okay, fine, I'll stop, because they know when I shout, mum's going to come.
Wait. All right. So okay. So let me understand this. Your first response is not shouting at first. It's talking and asking them nicely, and then eventually it gets to a point where you feel you have to shout.
Yeah, because I'm so annoyed, like, can you not hear me? It's like, when I tell them to do something, they say, okay, I'll do it. And then no one does it. And then like 5 minutes later, I said, guys, can you do it again? But they don't do it. And then when I shout, it's like, guys, can you do it? Like, I'm telling them, hurry up and do it. We got things to do. And the one thing I don't get about is that when someone wants something, they're not doing their best to try to get that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so for example, say Jemima wants a sweet, yeah? I said, okay, behaviour, I'll give you sweet. No, do dishes, I'll give you sweet. Or behaviour, I'll give you sweet.
Yeah.
But instead, she's just fighting with mix and all that and still expects me to give her sweet.
Wait, okay, so right. In a relationship, say for example that you're with your future husband, your man, and you're not getting what you want, how are you going to respond then?
Depends what it is. Because like, say it's like, I want to, I don't know, give me an example.
Okay, like, so say for example that you want to go out with your friends and the husband is saying no, not tonight.
Well, then I'll say why. Like, I'll ask him questions like, why not tonight? What's wrong? Have we got plans together or whatever? Yeah. I'll see what's wrong, and then if he's saying not to go, then if he's not giving me any reason, then I'll just go. Like, if you're not telling me any reasons why, and the time's alright, it's like 4:00 in the afternoon, and we're only going for an hour. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that if you're saying no for no reason, because then that's just being controlling. But if it's something that it's at late o'clock or whatever. And even if it's just in the morning, like say 4:00, but he's telling me why I shouldn't go, then I'll be like, okay, that's fine, I won't go.
Oh, so you're more after the reason more than being told, no, you can't go. Yeah. But what if he has no, what if he's just saying, I don't want you going?
Yeah, but then I'll still ask him, why don't you want me going? Yeah. Like, what's the problem? And then if he's just going to be like that, then I won't marry him.
Baby, so, okay, wait. So, like, let's say your husband shouts at you, that you got into an argument, he shouts at you. How do you see yourself responding to that?
I'll tell him, like, why are you shouting?
No, but say, for example, it's gone past that, he's already shouted at you. How do you see yourself reacting to those types of situations?
I'll be like, first of all, why are you shouting? Yeah. Second of all, what did I do wrong to make you shout? Yeah. And first of all, can you watch how you're speaking to me?
Okay, let me ask something. Do you think when he's emotional, for example, baby, it's a right time for you to speak or say anything?
No, because like people say, you can't regulate your emotions when you're already angry. It's like, for example, like say I'm annoyed with Jemima and I cried and get sent to my room, right? And then when people come, I was like, I'm thinking to myself, she's so annoying. She said, I wish I hate her and all that stuff, whatever, yeah. And then when she comes in a cool down situation, you can actually start thinking. I was like, did I say that? Is it useful or not?
Babes, okay. So, for example, let's use your brother and sister. Yeah, they've just annoyed you. Yeah, they're feeling a bit emotional. They feel as if you've done them wrong. Do you think that's a good time to listen, to walk off, or to say something back?
If they feel like I've done something wrong, then ask them, what did I do wrong? Yeah. And then, but based on their answers, like, just shut up and go, then I walk off.
Okay, because similar principles apply in your relationship. If ever you get into a relationship with, say for example, that you get married one day and you have a husband, and he's angry, he's shouting at you. These so there's so many things that you can do. You can either add to the situation, like by reacting and screaming and shouting back, or you can walk off, or you can actually listen to him and try to understand where he's coming from without actually responding. Yeah. You get that, baby? Yeah.
And also, it's like you have to give, although might have my differences with my siblings and that, they're annoying and all that, I have to give other people their chance to like express, like you have to deal with them in different ways. Yeah. For example, like I say I'm annoyed at my siblings, and then when I get married, I can't deal with them the same way because we'll have different problems, we'll have like different ways, different characteristics and all that. Yeah. For example, say you're a shouty person, but then my husband's not shouty. I have to change my mindset, like how I'm expecting both of you to come across. if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so let me understand this. Both of you are going to have different styles of communicating. One might be calmer, one might be a bit more vocal. Yeah, and it's up to you to recognize those things. Yeah, go on.
I feel like people who answer back, I feel like it's not because they want to answer back, and it's not because they want to be rude. I feel like it's just them that they're not getting their chance to speak. Because like if you let me speak, right, without interrupting me or anything, I'll be able to express what I want to say. Then if you're getting interrupted and told to go to your room, you're not being let what to say. Like you're not being like you're not like, for example, like say Jemima's talking to me, and then mum gets involved when we're both emotional and stuff, and she says I'm being rude because I'm answering her back. However, if she let me speak, I wouldn't have nothing to answer back.
So your thing is, this is what I got from this conversation. Your most important thing is to give you the space to be able to speak and express yourself. That is really, really important for you in a relationship, whether it be between your brothers and sisters, me, your mum, or even in a relationship, in a future marriage, if you go down that route.
Yeah.
So it's just giving that respect, giving that the space, the time to express yourself. That is really, really important for you.
In it.
Yeah, but would you give the same to your husband?
Well, as in respect or how?
Yeah, so as in, say for example, he's very emotional, he's shouting. Would you listen or would you react at that time, at that moment, baby?
No, I'll listen, because maybe what he's shouting is that because I'm not giving him a chance to speak, and maybe like people are trying to raise their voice so they get heard, and they're trying to like make sure you deeply understand. For example, say right now I'm talking to you, Dad, can you give me tissue? Yeah. But you'll think it's not serious, right? Because I'm not shouting or anything, so it's not really serious, and you like take your time. But then if I'm saying, Dad, I need tissue, you're still okay. Hold on, just 1 minute. If you say, Dad, I need tissue, like I need tissue, there's no tissue in the toilet, but then I'm saying it in a shouty way, that's showing how desperate I need it.
Oh, okay. So my tone is an emphasis of the desperation, the need that I need to get this thing done. Yeah. So, okay. So it comes across like you should be able to read the tone, because the tone emphasizes the urgency.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Shout, if it wouldn't make sense if you're just shouting out a word, because then you're just shouting for the sake of shouting. But if you're saying something that could or couldn't be true, but you're still shouting it, for example, say, Dad, how are you? But I'm shouting. You wouldn't fit. You'll just say, Lily, why you're shouting? Not because I want to get a point. I'm just saying, Dad, because I'm shouting. But then if I say, Dad, why are you always so rude to me, and ask like saying these comments to you while I'm shouting, you'll be like, okay, it's not a shout, it's like a frustration and all that stuff.
Ah, okay. So it's about the ability to identify the reason for the shouting. Is it because that you don't feel heard? Is it because that you're trying to emphasize something? Is it because that you're really trying to communicate at that moment? You don't know how to, but you're trying to say, look, just listen to what I have to say. Give me that time, give me that space. So it's about the ability to identify which of those three things is it. Is that what you mean, baby?
Yeah. And sometimes I just let my feelings pass straight away. Because I say I'm in that house, and then mum's saying, do you one more time go bounce on the edge? And then I'm already annoyed because I know she's done something wrong. Then I go upstairs, when I call off, mum's being nice or whatever, I'm being nice and all that. Right then I can't tell her how I feel, like she's so annoying, all that. I can't actually express my feeling, because then it'll make the situation worse. And I should be like, okay, you're banned from the gadget. Or something like that. So once the situation is not settled, but like it's no one's speaking anymore about that, then it's a bit better than to not to cool off and then talk about the situation.
Okay, so it comes across that you've recognized a couple of things here. One is the space, to give the person space to cool off, because at that moment, that heated moment, it's not a good idea to communicate. And the other thing is the ability to recognize certain tones of voice. So one can be, I'm speaking to you out of frustration because I want you to listen to what I have to say, to understand what I have to say. The second one is I'm frustrated because I need attention from you to express myself. Or so it's out of a it's out of a response of not being heard. That's why my tone is changing.
Yeah. Also, Yes, that as well. And also, like, when people do give you the space and all that, it makes situation better. And like, people are acknowledging that they don't need to shout because that person's listening to me, and they'll be like, I feel like if people listen to you more, there's no need for shouting. For example, like, mum would say I'm always shouty and all that, but then if you're letting me speak, there's no reason to be shouting if I'm already being allowed to say what I wanted to say. Like, I wouldn't shout at you if you're right in front of me giving me the time. I won't shout at you saying, Dad, why do you need to say, if I can already tell you. Like, I wouldn't need to shout if you just let me speak.
All right, okay, baby. So there's a common theme here across the board. So your thing is this: what's really important to you? What quality is important to you is giving you the time and the space to express yourself without interrupting. And if that's the case, then I won't have to shout, I won't have to scream, I won't have to react. So that can be carried through in any type of relationship, whether it's between your siblings, whether it's between me or your mum, whether it's between your potential future husband later on in life. It's about space. It's about listening, just giving me the opportunity to vent out what it is that I need to say, so I could be understood.